A little flapping about the weekend activities. Good Monday afternoon to you all, YouTube. Here with you at the workbench again. It's still not cleaned off. Some of you may have noticed from the looks of the top of my head. I got a little sun over the weekend. My daughter, oh, by the way, it's 2:05 now in the afternoon. I forgot to mention that. My daughter had a rummage sale on Saturday. She did this for her, where she works, called the Anchor House. They have a challenge to for whoever chooses to participate, and she did this year. Hairless for the homeless, I think it's what it's called. I'm not really sure, but that's basically what it is. If they don't meet their goal, I believe hers was $1,000, I think. Then they had their head shaved. Basically, that's what the sale was for, to raise money for that. And I actually stopped by to say hello, to lend my whatever. I won't say support, really wasn't no support to it, but you know, just stop by and say hello, how you doing, how's the sale going, things like that. Ended up spending the whole day there. It was in the afternoon time I got there. I went down to Home Depot to pick up my oil change supplies for my car. I couldn't find them at Walmart. Walmart was out of the oil they wanted, and in fact Home Depot was actually cheaper on the items that I wanted, so I just ordered it from there and picked it up at the desk like I usually do, and that was good. But anyway, after I got done with that, I stopped by. I sit and talk with her and watch the crowds, and there was a big crowd. She did really good with her sale, and I think she may have came up short or whatever, but I think she did do well. So anyway, so that was where I got all this at. You know, when I got there, it was basically looked like it was going to rain. It looked really overcast, and there was really no sun at all out, and but the longer I sit there, you know, and it was a cool, breezy type day where, you know, I didn't even think anything about it. But I could tell as we sit there, the clouds were clearing, and the sun started. It was one of those partly cloudy, partly sunny type things where, you know. Anyway, finally they decided to put up a canopy over the sales table there, and so I didn't get a lot, but I did get some sun, obviously. So it seemed like every year I have one point in the year where I get out there and get too much sun. But I thought I was going to avoid that this year, and here it is. We're in actually the fall season now. I think today's the 23rd, I believe. But anyway, that was a nice time. And then Sunday I drove out to their house and used their garage to change my oil, and that was an experience I had not experienced for a while. I wanted to usually have one of the my grandson or my son-in-law to help me do this, and in fact I usually just sit back and watch, but this time I did it myself. My hardest part about doing things like this is getting down and getting back up. I don't have very good knees. It's hard to get down and you know, then get back up. But like I said, it was the car. I had watched videos on this oil change procedure for my particular car, and it was stated that you don't really even need a jack to jack it up, and that was true. It did. It was possible to get under there and change the oil without jacking the car up, and I managed to do it. I spilled some oil, but you know how that works. And the filter on my car, as opposed to the Cavalier when I had it, this one's right up front. You can reach up there and get it. It's very easy to get to. I even bought a special new oil filter wrench that I thought, maybe this will make it easier, but it didn't really. It's one of those types that it requires really two hands, and although I could get to it with one hand fairly easily, getting to it with two hands was a little bit more difficult. And I shouldn't complain. I did get it off, and I'll probably, if I do it again the next time, I'll probably just get the end cap thing where you put a ratchet or 3/8 inch drive extension or whatever into, and you can turn off with that. I think that would be better than what I've got, because what I've got is it's got the 3 fingers that open up, and then as you loosen it to take it off, it tightens up its grip around whatever it's around, and then it does work, but at the same time it doesn't do it good enough to where you can't just stick it up there with one hand and start turning, because you have to have one hand to hold the jaws tight enough to where they actually grip something, and that made it a little more difficult, but not so much difficult that I couldn't do it. I did it, and I got it off. Got the new oil, and I was a little concerned about putting the new oil. I bought a 5-quart change. I got the Pennzoil, what I usually get, and I kept pouring it in and then pulling the dipstick out and checking it. And I'm not the type of person that fills up the oil filter first, so it hasn't. It's basically a 1/2-quart filter. It's a smaller one, and anyway, so I did that, and then I went ahead and started filling it, and I never did hardly see it on the dipstick. Of course, new oil is sometimes hard to see, and it's hard for me to see anyway, and our garage is not very well lit, and so anyway, I ended up dumping the whole 5 quarts in there. I figured it's better to have too much than not enough, so some of you guys may disagree, but that's the way I felt about it. Anyway, it worked out. And then I backed out the car. There was a fairly large puddle under there, and I thought, I did something wrong. So I think that was just where it must have missed the pan at first or whatever, and it went onto the ground instead. But anyway, like I said, I spilled some oil, and I tried to wipe it up best I could. But anyway, that's done, and I even figured out how to reset the maintenance light on the car. I thought that was going to be easy, and then it turned out it didn't work that way, and then I got online again and checked it out and found out what I was doing wrong. So did that. Everything's fine. Everything worked out good. Mail items. Let me show you what came in. This is the meter. I guess I hold it up right. The meter for the new power supply, the 0 to 300 volt power supply. This is a 600 volt 1 amp, basically 999 milliamp meter. Bob must be having a fit over there. Got that in. That came in actually pretty quick. It really kind of surprised me. I think I mentioned that in the previous video. These in here, I'm not going to take them out, but these in here are mica insulator type washers for a TO220 type transistor, and that's what the FET that goes into the power supply needs, is that type of insulator. It does need to be insulated from the heatsink. Of course, the heatsink and the case and all that stuff coming from China, they will take a little longer to get here, so that has not obviously gotten here yet. Let me take a break and see what Bob is going on. Alright, well, I'm back again. Bob had went to, or was going to go to Walmart or whatever where he lives with his neighbor, and I was just asking him earlier if that had happened, and he decided to just now get back to me, and so that is, we have communicated about that. Anyway, like I said, this is I still haven't cleaned this up. It's still a mess. It's just I just haven't been in the mood to do it, and the weekend was busy. Like I said, I spent Saturday at the sale with my daughter, and then yesterday I did the oil change, and I tell you what, that wore me out. I was really really sore this morning. In fact, I went to bed last night at 8:30, I think, or something like that. It was ungodly early for me, anyway. And so, you know, I just didn't. I just was tired from doing that because, you know, the fact that, you know, it's not so much the work, and it's just the fact that you're not used to it. It, you know, they'll get to you, or it gets to me anyway. And like I said, it's just and of course this sun, I'm dealing with that. Haven't slept really good. I've got this thing going on over here. This was partly due to the sun too. I don't know how well you can see that, but because what happens is I get the sun, and then I get my arm gets itching, and I start scratching it, and that's what happens when I do that. And Bob's still going crazy over there. He can wait. Anyway, that's what's going on. I plan on, and this is the plan, you know how that works out. I tried to clean this place up again. I want to do a video, at least a demo type video, of a technique that I saw on aging wheels. Anybody that watches any of his videos will notice he does some unique stuff with his video editor. And he'll basically, he'll be on camera like this and sitting there talking, and then you'll see another person walking into the shot, and it's him, it's the same person, and he'll then stop talking, get up and walk away, and then come over and sit down in the chair or whatever and keep talking. And sometimes you'll see him pop up behind his car that he's talking about or whatever like that. He'll wave or whatever. But it's just kind of funny how he does it, and I kind of want to see if I can do that, and I think it'd be kind of a neat technique to learn. And so I've got some ideas on how I can do it. I obviously can't do it exactly like he did it, but at the same time I think I probably have some ways that I can do it. So I'm going to try that here shortly, not within the next week, or I'm not promising any dates on it or like that, but I want to try to give it my attention here shortly and get to it. So that's just going to be it for today. I just wanted to get with you guys. I don't want to wait all week to not have another video again. So I just kind of needed something to have a video about. I just don't like making videos for nothing. The BDST project is still going. We've heard from 2 of the beta testers so far. Now, one of the last ones to get out was just got theirs here recently, and so the other guy is really busy. So we want to try to get all the information back from those before we make too many more comments on that, and then see what's going on. I played around today, and I'm gonna run the animation video that I made. This is basically just animating the BD Electronics logo, and I think that's I was just playing around with it, and I just wanted to see if I could do it, and I did it, so you'll see that here. Now that you've seen that, and it's nothing spectacular and like that, but it was just something I thought might be kind of interesting on our videos, have that for an animation on there, maybe some music with it. I don't know, we'll see. But trying to figure out some content for the BD Electronics channel, and so that we can put some stuff up on there. I do want to do a video, not a step-by-step, but basically showing the construction of the kit, and you know, so it can be on the website and video, or on the YouTube channel. And so that's just some of the things I want to do, and I'm going to get that done. But I want to get this mess cleaned up first, or I'm not going to get anything else done. So you guys have a wonderful day. I do appreciate you watching, and like I said, have a great day. We'll talk to you later. See ya.